Hello and welcome to A Muggle's Perspective. We are glad to have you here as we discuss chapters 33 through 34.5. Is that how you would say it, Braden? Of Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix?
Yeah,
It
that
doesn't
makes sense.
give an accurate it doesn't clearly make obvious what chapters we're covering, but I think it is technically accurate.
It's got to be close.
So that is Braden, who is our muggle. He's going through these chapters for the first time in his whole life. Just read them today. We're happy to be joined by him, and we're even more excited. We're way more excited, actually, to be joined by Carla, one of our fantastic patrons.
Hi.
Hi, Carla. Carla has graciously consented to get, what is it, midnight, 12:30 in the morning, where you are?
No, it's 10:30.
Oh, it's only 4 hours. That's not too bad. But Carla is doing this on 6 hours notice. So we are very appreciative that Carla's willing to work with our chaotic schedules. Carla, how are you since the last time we heard from you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yeah.
Still a Harry Potter fan.
Good. That would be distressing.
And still very happy to be here with you guys.
Well, we're very glad to have you.
Imagine if I dropped out of Harry Potter.
Yeah, I cannot imagine doing it for myself. I can't imagine you doing it either. Yeah, Carla wanted to come on. You told me you wanted to come on this time sort of later in the book because you'd come on in the beginning and in the middle of the last two. So I think this is very appropriate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's much more exciting this way when we can almost all of the book is done, so there's a lot more to talk about and to bring back from the earlier chapters. Yeah,
and it's a good way for you to find out some of what we've been discussing for the past few episodes that have not been released yet. So, sort of a sneak peek.
A sneak peek.
Mm-hmm. We're going to get into chapter 33, Fight and Flight. I think a really good chapter. These are a couple quick ones. Chapters 33 and 34 aren't super long, but if any of you, and I think I remember you, Carla, saying that you enjoy the Do We Care segment.
Yeah.
Is that a segment that you like? Well, unfortunately, this is not a episode that's going to be very heavy on Do We Cares because, like I said, quick
we need
chapters.
To care about everything.
Exactly. Braden, would you agree that there's not a lot of throwaway lines that you can maybe I should or shouldn't? Like everything is just happening in a way that you're being told to care about it.
Excuse me. Yes, these are probably some of my favorite chapters of the entire series because of that.
You don't need to think about what's happening, try to figure things out, read between the lines. It's very direct.
Yeah. Well, it's exciting and action packed, but it's not like you said, these weren't confusing chapters. So it's nice to have a break every now and then, right?
So normally you're like, I have to figure out these characters' motivations and how they're maturing, and you get tired of that?
No, it's just, it gets hard to, we talk on these episodes, what team is Snape on? And where is Dumbledore? And Braden, make a prediction about
question.
that. You have a lot of background information to where you could make an educated guess. So tell us what you think's going to happen.
Good joke.
And then I don't know what to say. So you can't really do that in these episodes. Hey, this is what's happening. And here's Grop. So
here is Grop. Yeah, there's just a whole chapter that was we're going to pause from discussing what's happening with Umbridge, and now Hagrid has a brother, apropos of seemingly nothing.
Hagrid!
So you listened to these first two chapters, and then did you read part of 35? Is that how you did it?
Yes.
Okay, so you heard the
That's how I did it.
Hagger.
I did.
Hermie.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a handful of good Jim Dale hackers.
Yeah, you forget how many Haggers we get here. So that leads us right into chapter 33, which is the chapter in which Umbridge gets her comeuppance. I think it's fair to say. My first point here: what did you think of Hermione's plan? And then walk me through this Umbridge encounter with the centaurs.
That was me dropping my phone. Sorry. I thought. So I was with Harry thinking that Hermione's plan was let's just lead her as close to Grop as we can get, and maybe he'll pick her to destroy.
He'll pick her up.
Yeah, that too. Maybe he'll just pick her up and like take a big bite.
Yeah.
So I thought that's what was happening.
And then
Which
how worried
in hindsight
were you? No,
may have been a better plan.
You think? Were you worried when we were heading towards the spider grove?
Not so much worried as I was kind of like, no, like let's not go there. Let's leave Aragog alone. I think we've had enough spiders. Like let's go somewhere else.
What if they just did that again and the car showed up again and rescued them?
That would be really just masterful writing on JKR's part.
I thought you were going to say derivative, like it would be lazy. She just did the same thing twice.
Yeah, but I think our culture would take it and be like, wow, like she's so far ahead of her time. Like in just
callbacks.
Yeah, like what she took the normal narrative that like we're used to in these kinds of stories and just instead decided I don't want to change it. Like let's just do it again.
Not inverted the structure.
Wow, she's brilliant.
Just redid the structure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Carla, do you agree or disagree with Braden that Hermione's plan had some serious flaws in it?
Well, I have to agree. Although I think the first time I read it, I also thought we were going to meet Grop. And but later on, I think I heard somewhere that, or maybe it's explained in the book, I'm not sure. But but she didn't want to do that because she didn't want to expose Grop to Umbridge.
Oh, so she's protecting Hagrid?
Yeah, and Grop.
Yeah.
Because if the ministry knows about the full giant, not a half giant, but a full giant in the grounds of Hogwarts, then in the Forbidden Forest, but still under the protection of Dumbledore, then they'd be in serious trouble. So I guess that makes sense.
And plus,
I also feared. I remember I feared it was the spiders again, and I really didn't want to go through that again. I really hate spiders, so it was really stressful. And then, well, she went for the centaurs, and it didn't even cross my mind. I was surprised, but I was also surprised, especially by her. She's usually very tactful. Usually very, very careful about the choices she makes, and she's very aware of these specific personalities that these creatures have. I don't know if I can call them creatures, but centaurs and
beings,
house elves. Yeah, these beings, and she's always very aware of how they would react. So I'm very surprised that she didn't expect how they reacted when she said what she said. It was. I thought it was a bit un-Hermione-like to make those kind of assumptions that the centaurs would rescue.
Yeah, I think you're right. I've never considered comparing her treatment of the centaurs here to how she feels about the house elves. Like, she's so intentional and specific with the wording that she uses and is very concerned about their feelings. And with the centaurs, I mean, I'm here on page 756. She says, "Please don't attack us. We don't think like her. We only came in here because we hoped you'd drive her off for us."
Yeah. So they would be a tool for humans to use as protection or whatever they need at the time. That's not. I don't know. I didn't expect Hermione to make those assumptions.
Yeah, I mean, even
and
if
to actually speak like that, admitting to those assumptions is more serious than even having them.
Yeah, like, I don't think that the sentiment is wrong. Like, they were very helpful, and they could be, but to say it that way, like, you have to know that that is a specific trigger for the centaurs.
Exactly.
Braden, do you agree, disagree?
I agree. I wanted to go back to Carla's point of Hermione trying to maybe protect Grop, protect Hagrid. I just wanted to add, I like that point of view, especially in that Grop has probably only met so many humans so far. And I really would like, just for his progressive or like his journey into like a well-rounded English-speaking giant, I would not want Dolores Umbridge to be one of the first like 100 humans that he comes in contact with, for fear that would taint his image of what the humankind can be.
So it's like Grop is a baby in society, and we don't want Umbridge imprinting on him from a maturation standpoint. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's a great point.
We're protecting Grop not only legally, but like, I don't know how to put it, formationally.
Yeah.
So the centaurs, like, Hermione is tactless, agreed. Like, she could have been more tactful, but
I mean, let's be fair. Like, this is probably the quickest she's ever had to come up with an elaborate plan.
And she nailed it. Like you said at the end of last episode, this is an MVP move. Getting them out of Umbridge's office and like on the move and giving themselves more options. But Umbridge is, I think, the most tactless here on pages 754 to 755.
Yes.
All right, I'm glad you agree.
Well, one, I think it's incredibly dumb on her part to just blindly follow Harry and Hermione into the woods.
You think so?
Like she's so blinded by the idea. Yeah, like just completely blinded by this idea that Hermione is leading her directly to the weapon. She's just going to give in that easily.
I mean, she was going to use the Cruciatus curse, or at least threatened to. And because I've never thought, this is a good point, I've never thought about it being dumb of her to follow them. I think that...
Especially just like by herself. Like
True. Well, she says to Malfoy, like, "You don't think I can handle two, underage wizards without wands? Like, come on." I think Umbridge is the kind of person who doesn't understand the motivation of others very well if it is not the same as her motivation. Like, what does Umbridge like and care about? Like, power and control and, like, hate, I guess. And so and fear. So, like, she saw in Hermione the same fear that she would have of Harry being, attacked or tortured. And that's all she can understand. Like, she wouldn't think that there's a deeper meaning or, like, real empathy, I guess, because it's not something that she experiences. Or am I reading too far into that?
You're reading farther into it than I did.
So too far. We all know that wherever Braden reads into it, that's
expected.
The line. Do you think, had you thought of it that way, Carla, about it being actually dumb of her to follow them?
I completely agree with what you just said, that she doesn't understand motivation, and especially when it's coming from what she considers children, and in fact, they are children, but they're not little children. They're teenagers, and and that's a mistake that she's portrayed as we all know an umbrage in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
She's portrayed as this teacher that is only there to make their life difficult, to stop them from learning anything useful, and basically doing her job, which is to interfere in Hogwarts as much as she can. And I don't think she considers students as full humans.
Yeah.
I think she would call them half breed also. Because for her, children, they don't have agency, they don't have the same motivations as an adult would have, and that's her mistake. Or is it hubris that you say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hubris is
hubris the word.
I think would apply there.
She's ridden with it.
I think that's
she's
a good point.
Really, she doesn't consider children as essentially her match, either in magic or in anything else. She just considers herself to be very smart, very cunning, and also she has the backing of the whole ministry. So they wouldn't be a threat. It was really stupid for her to go alone with them, but she didn't really consider them a threat. The way she talks with Hermione and all the kids is very infantilizing.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a word?
Yes. Yeah. No, I agree. That's what I was going to
Sorry.
say.
Sometimes I'm not sure if it's a word or if I'm just butchering.
No, that's exactly right.
The language.
That's something she's been doing the whole book, is treating them all like what, in her mind, if you're under the age of 17 or whatever, then you're a 5-year-old. And I'm just going to treat everyone.
You're not
like
a full
that.
human yet.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Which is how I treat everyone under the age of 10. You're a baby until you're 10, I would say, for me.
So you're ready. Next thing you know, you'll be in the forest with a bunch of centaurs around you.
Yeah, that's where I draw the line, I think, like between that and racist diatribes. It's a little too much. So we've we sort of jumped right ahead to Hermione's poor decision to phrase things this way towards the centaurs. We thought you'd be able to help us. We wanted you to drive her off for us. So we're kind of out of the frying pan into the fire. Braden, at this point, are you worried for what's going to happen to them? How are they going to get out of this one? Or did Grop just come too fast for you to worry?
Honestly, I was more thinking that Hagrid was going to show up out of nowhere.
Oh, okay. And just
like
start
he was
fighting
just
them.
There's going to be this epic scene where it's like a slow motion scene of Hagrid running through the woods. And his beard's just flying in the wind, and
he's got a crossbow in the one arm.
Yeah. And he takes an arrow like a little close to the heart but not in the heart, to where like it stops you as the reader, as the viewer. You're like, oh crap, Hagrid got hit, but then he like heroically takes down like 5 or 6 centaurs like on his way to his knees.
Wow.
And
so you thought Hagrid was gonna die here?
A little bit, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think we're gonna lose somebody we care about in this book. I think it's gonna be Sirius. I don't know if I said that last episode. I think Sirius is gonna die.
Interesting. Why?
It just feels like we're at that point in the story. We're at that point with JKR's writing where like we've really stepped up what we can handle as readers. We're not little kids anymore. We're kind of moving into some adult theme type stuff, and I just feel like we're gonna lose a character, and it seems like it's Sirius. And Sirius is gonna go out heroically, I think, and there's gonna be this epic moment where like Harry's like holding him like, "Granddad, don't go." He's going to have some sort of like epic words of advice, and then he's going to like, his eyes will roll back and he'll fall asleep forever.
Well, if Harry's godfather is killed in this book, then I would say that would be a pretty serious situation.
Oh!
Where's the laughter? Got him. Oh man. Okay, so you think it's serious? It could have been Hagrid, could still be Hagrid. I want exactly what you're describing actually, but Hagrid at the Ministry, just like galloping down the stairs in that auditorium that Harry finds himself in all the time, taking arrows to the heart for some reason still.
Dude, if Hagrid dies at the end of this book, I quit. I won't read the other two.
There's just two more. Come on.
Yeah, I won't do it.
But Sirius, you're okay with.
There's so many people left to die.
It's a lot.
There are none more important than Hagrid. Hard disagree, Carla.
So, what's the list for you? Is Hagrid the only line?
I agree.
Hagrid's number one. We're talking like list of
characters if they died you would stop reading. Who's on that list?
Yes. Hagrid number one.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy. Number two.
Any order. Who's above that line?
Probably Hermione.
Okay.
Which that would just be dumb anyways, like from a novelist standpoint.
Hermione dies, you know Harry and Ron are going to die. Like they walk out of their dorm the next day and they're like, ah!
The whole story collapses if Hermione dies.
Wow, it just becomes like Ginny going to successive funerals and like that's all we have left. It's just Ginny's spiral into depression.
Here's a weird one for you. If Snape died, I don't think I'd keep reading.
Huh.
Because I think that is in the same vein. I think the story collapses if Snape dies. Not quite as hard as it does if we were to lose Hermione. But I feel like a lot is being built on we don't know who Snape is.
What if Snape died in like a particularly heroic or in a fashion that demonstrated his final loyalty? Like he died jumping in front of a bullet for Harry, like directly sacrificing himself. Or for Voldemort. What if he dives in front of Voldemort and takes a curse?
Yeah, either one of those are okay, but it can't happen in this book.
It's not. He can't just die incidentally.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What if Dumbledore died?
That one would make things really interesting. I'm not saying I want Dumbledore to die. I'm just saying, like, I still think you could go a lot of ways with the story if Dumbledore dies.
Interesting. What if Fang? If Fang died, I would stop reading. I'm not here for a dead dog.
Well, yeah, like Hagrid 1A, Fang 1B.
Yeah. There's too many books about dead dogs already. So I don't need more of that in my life. So Grop shows up and takes, what is the quote? 50 arrows to the face? Well, first he's just forming sentences. He's like, Hermy, comma, where Hagger? And you're like, oh, I know exactly what you're asking.
He's a quick learner.
He nails it.
Yeah.
Yeah. 50 arrows went soaring through the air at the giant, peppering his enormous face.
And then he accidentally breaks them all off in his face.
Sorry, what was that, Carla?
I was just going to say that sounds like acupuncture for
Rob, yeah.
You know? Because it's tiny little arrows made by centaurs. I'm sure it's not that serious for him. I mean, it probably stings, but it's not like one of us got 50 arrows to the face.
Yeah, I guess it is like the equivalent
of any
needles.
face left.
Yeah, 50. Like I wouldn't have any face left after 3 arrows.
I think 1 arrow would do the trick as far as ruining your face.
Yeah, ruining, but like a second arrow would have some room to land, I think. If you aimed it, if it was like a Robin Hood as a fox situation. Robin Hood as a fox dressed as a bird.
Is that a reference?
No, have you not seen Disney's Robin Hood? Where it's animals? All the characters are
I
animals?
think I have. Yeah.
Well,
At some point in my life. Yeah, I've seen that.
I'm just saying that there's a arrow like shooting competition, and the guy he's going up against hits it like a bullseye down the middle, and then Robin Hood's arrow splits that dude's arrow like in half. So,
Wow.
okay, well, you know what? We're just gonna move on from that. So the centaurs go from it's still going. Centaurs go from a big threat to driven off pretty quickly by Grop, who just wants Hagar. Understandable.
We all want Hagar.
Yeah, you wanted Hagar. And then like immediately, in walk everyone else. Ron's like, "Oh, I want Hagar too," and they just turn around and it's like on a sitcom, and there's like a big applause, like when Kramer comes in on Seinfeld. Ron's back. He's just right there.
Ron, what are you doing here?
Yes.
But not before the Harry's big diva moment where he's blaming Hermione because they don't have wands or any way to get to London, and according to Harry, that's all Hermione's fault. I didn't see him coming up with any plans.
So are you on 759 here? Harry's like, we're wasting all this time. Like, we're even farther away from the castle. Like, it's going to take even longer to get there. Yeah, that's a good point.
Exactly.
Like, if it wasn't for Hermione, he'd be getting crucioed in Umbridge's office.
Yeah, and poisoned by some potion or other.
Yeah. Truth poison of some kind. Yeah, Ron and Luna and Ginny and Neville all show up. What did you think about that escape, either of you? Their escape from Umbridge and the Inquisitorial Squad at all?
I personally wanted more details on what the Centaurs did with Umbridge.
Oh, you don't.
What are you picturing?
I'm kind of imagining that like centaurs being such a proud like race really enjoy sports, and so they found a way to make Umbridge like the ball of one of their games.
Like, they could ironically be playing polo. Actually, not that ironic. They could just very easily play polo.
Yeah, polo, but like Umbridge is now just an oversized ball.
But so in your mind, they're not like going to kill her. I mean, this is as good a time of any to ask you what you think like Umbridge's future is. Is it murder at the hands of 50 centaurs? Does she crawl home to the Ministry?
Maybe she becomes one of them. They raise her as their own.
The squattest centaur of them all.
Yeah. They band together against Firenze.
They find out that they share a mutual disdain for someone.
Yeah.
It's Firenze and Hagrid. They're the two people that neither group likes right now.
Yeah, so at the end of this book, when they're miles beneath the school and it's Harry and the crew facing off with Voldemort and the Death Eaters, there's like this real tense moment where everybody's staring at each other, pointing their wands at each other, like when everybody's got their hairbrushes out before the fight in Anchorman.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, like, the centaurs burst in, and Umbridge is just riding one of the centaurs.
Sure.
And so now it's like real awkward. Nobody knows who to hit first.
Yeah, they're like, I don't know which team we're on, but we're gonna do some fighting.
Yeah.
I guess there is like a certain primal rage, like bloodlust thing that Umbridge could tap into with the centaurs. Like, she can go to that place.
It's gonna take some serious explaining.
Oh, so Sirius is gonna come in and explain it?
Yeah. It's gonna take some serious. Some Sirius Black.
Dying.
Yeah, dying.
So is that one of like your big predictions you've already decided is going to happen? Is Sirius is dying, Harry and Ginny are getting
Yes.
married, Neville's going to turn evil.
Yep.
Oh, okay, lock it in.
Sirius is gone. He dead.
Jeez, very flippant. Okay, so they escape from Neville. No, not from Neville. They use Neville to escape from Draco and them.
Spoiler alert.
Neville's on the team that does that. And they're all like, okay, how are we going to get there? And by we, I mean just me, because I'm the only one that's Harry Potter enough to save people from things.
Actually, I'm going to take Grop with me.
We don't have enough centaurs for me and Grop and all of you guys to go, because they're all going to need to carry just Grop. That would be wild. Grop could not fit in the telephone booth. He would have to like punch dig his way down beneath the telephone booth into the ministry.
Possible.
So I guess all we have left here is the Thestrals. And this will write us pun. This will write us right into chapter 34 when they ride the Thestrals to London. Talk to me about Luna's involvement here with this decision making and her having this idea, and try to put yourself in Ron's shoes here as a Thestral rider. No, not both of you at once. Calm down, guys. There's enough podcasts to go around.
I think we're both rereading.
No, I'm just waiting for Braden's perspective.
Me too, Carla. Me
Oh.
too.
I mean,
This episode is called A Carla's Perspective.
A Carla's Perspective.
So
The one where we read out loud, but only for Carla's amusement.
Sorry, Roki. And a few minutes ago, you were asking about our opinions. I think about the people that showed up.
Sure.
I think that was what you meant, because Harry's like looking at Ron, and he thinks they're both thinking the same. That if they could choose anyone from Dumbledore's army, it would be those guys. And I thought it was so mean.
Yeah.
I mean, Harry's really mean.
I was reading that and I'm thinking, especially when we're talking about Ginny, like, who would you rather have? Like, are you like maybe Fred and George? Like, okay, you'd rather ride into battle with them.
Well, and especially like I feel like
Fred and George are not there
Exactly.
anymore, are they?
Exactly, they're not there anymore.
And I feel like Ginny has proved herself a little bit in this book with just like some of the like reminders she's given Harry in the heat of arguments. You know, like, oh, you mean like when I was possessed by Voldemort? Is that what you're talking about? Because you probably know what that's like. Oh, you don't?
And I mean,
just me then.
several points it was made very clear that Neville has been showing a lot of improvement. Like, he's been working the absolute hardest at the DA lessons.
Which, spoiler alert, was all for naught. He still sucks.
Jeez. I mean, I have questions about that later, but now we know how you feel about Neville's participation in this ministry
Such
heist.
a bummer. Like, dang it, he's still Neville.
It's because he broke his nose, okay? It's hard to enunciate the spells when you have the broken node.
I just thought it was really unfair for Harry to think that. He didn't say it, but still.
Yeah, were you thinking...
It was really unfair because the fact is they have those because those are the ones willing to risk their necks for him, for what he believes he knows.
Yeah.
Just for a dream that he's had, so as far as they know. And they're willing to fight alongside him, and that's probably better than having a bunch of talented people that really aren't that invested in in your quest. That's just my opinion.
As they say in sports,
But
the best ability is availability. And these are the people that are here and have proven loyalty to you.
These
yep.
are their ride or die homies, as the kids say these days.
Britain distills it down, gets to the heart of the matter. So they're so ride or die that they're willing to ride a Thestral to London. They're riding
Potentially
a
die.
winged horse that they cannot see. Would you do that for your homies, Braden?
I think I would ride a winged horse that I couldn't see for my homies. I think I would.
I'm impressed that Ron didn't throw up at any point. I picture Ron as a vomiter.
I think he's probably a nervous eater though too, to kind of hold down the vomit. So like he's probably just mowing through chicken wings.
So he's got a whole bag of chicken wings that he takes with him on the Thestral?
Yeah,
or
I
like
think
just
so.
in all of his pockets?
Yeah. Hey guys, can I quickly pause?
Sure.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Bye. Well, there you go. Bye, Braden. I guess we can.
You talked about chicken wings and he went for.
Yeah, maybe he's
for
hungry.
snack.
Maybe that's what it is. Usually he goes and puts in a frozen pizza right about now.
Okay.
So that could be it.
Ooh.
So
behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah. Do you want to? So you want to read with me when I'm reading from 800 to 806, right?
If you think it's all right.
No, it is fine with me.
Right,
it is just what you want to do.
Yeah.
If you want to, you're welcome to.
Yeah. I'd love to. Yes.
Do we want to just kind of go back and forth, or would you like to do dialogue and I do the background, or other way around? Do you have any preference?
I'm not sure. I haven't really paid special attention to that chapter, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wanted to feel closer to what Braden's gonna feel like. So I'm not even sure how dialogue packed it is. But
There's a pretty good amount. Yeah, we can just feel it out when we get there. That's fine.
Yep.
Okay, so Ron, Ginny, and who else? Hermione are ride or die. They're willing to ride invisible Thestrals. Did you think it was a little convenient that these Thestrals know exactly how to get to this place, are completely tame, and are just willing to take them there, no questions asked?
It is incredibly convenient.
I mean, they had been established earlier in the book, but still pretty transparent.
Oh, man, rolling tonight.
Another pun. I thought it was good. And then, I mean, there's not really much else unless one of you has something specific you would like to touch on before we get sort of into the ministry. It's almost like suspiciously easy.
Yes. It's almost like they're being lured there.
We're almost to the point where I'm going to ask you for all of your thoughts on that aspect of what we're looking at here. But yeah, they get in, they cram into a phone booth, they get badges that say rescue mission on them. I do like that.
I love that.
Yeah. Is there anything that stuck out to you in this section, Braden? Before they get to whatever it is, Corridor 97?
Trying to remember the details of stuff they see as they walk down through into the ministry.
They talk about the fountain. Here talks about how loud the elevator is, the lift.
Oh, there was the security guard was just gone,
Mm-hmm.
and he's kind of like man, seems like security would be good at a time like this. So that was definitely like the first, like, okay, this is peculiar.
Do you think that the Ministry of Magic normally has 24-hour security?
I would hope so.
Okay.
With a Department of Mysteries,
Yeah.
seems like there's things in there that you would want to keep under wraps.
Yeah, it's crazy easy for them to get in.
Way too easy.
Like, literally, a snake could do it.
That's a good point.
So we get in, and then we get into a room with a bunch of doors. It's like a door room that spins around. Did you care about this room?
I assume that's the room that Harry is in on the cover of this book.
Oh.
So,
I don't have a dust jacket. Let me see. Got some rooms, yeah. Some doors there. So that's as far as you care about it?
Well, it's different from his dream, right? Because like in his dream, he gets down there and it's pretty much just one door.
Yeah, it doesn't spin.
So now he has to like choose.
They go into a room with brains in it.
Yeah, what the heck?
Slimy cauliflower
Whose
brains.
brains are those?
Whose brains do you think those are?
Probably people that they have like hypnotized, like literally brainwashed, as in like removed your brain and washing it.
So do you think those brains are still thinking things? Are they active?
Yeah, just because half in 34.5, 35.5, Ron gets like attacked by one. So there's something going on.
Yeah, there's definitely seems like there's something going on.
There's some things going on.
There's a brain room. There's a room with a dais and a weird veil.
Yeah, what's a dais?
It's like a raised altar. It's just like a step up, like down in the middle, at the forefront, kind of thing. What do you think about that room?
It's kind of weird that it has like a hypnotic effect on everybody but Hermione.
Well, I think it's just described as Harry and Luna being able to hear. I'm on page 774 here. 773, 774. Harry's like, I can hear something. What are you saying? And Ron just kind of gets up and pokes around at it, but doesn't seem to be as hypnotized. And then Luna's like, no, I can hear it.
You're as sane as I am.
Yeah. Great. It's very
They have a lot
reassuring.
in common.
They can both see thestrals.
Luna and Harry.
Both of their moms are
They
dead.
have a lot of the same experience. Oh, the last theory I remember from Braden from the last episode I heard was that Luna was Harry's sister. How are we on that?
Ooh,
That's really interesting that you say that, because I forgot that I said that.
Yeah, me too.
But I was just thinking that. So I was going to say it again before you said something.
We have not revisited that theory up to this point. It's been gestating. It's been fermenting.
Well, I'm very glad I brought it up.
Do you stand by that, Braden?
The only thing that like pulls me away from that theory is, didn't she say her dad is like very much alive and like editor of that paper that
Yeah.
is still publishing? Which I suppose could be like a stepdad.
Yeah.
Maybe.
True.
Adoptive parents.
Do what?
Adoptive.
Oh, yes.
Adoptive
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think I can rule it out yet. We don't know that Harry didn't have any siblings.
I appreciate your willingness to not rule things out prematurely. That makes this podcast more practically doable. There's also a room where a bird turns into an egg. Do I have that right?
What?
Isn't that what's happening here? Yeah. An egg turns into a bird, and the bird, like Benjamin Buttons,
Turns
back down into an egg. Yeah. It's on page 777.
Maybe Braden didn't go in that room.
Yeah, Braden was just like, okay, skip, skip, skip.
Yep.
Just scanning for the word serious.
Yep, just looking for the point where it says Sirius and dead in the same paragraph. I'm making it sound like I want that to happen, and that is not the case. I want more Gary Oldman. Like, frankly, Gary Oldman is really what has kept me into the movies at all. So
You
we lose
liked the third movie pretty well, and then the fourth movie
because of
the third movie did have the most Gary Oldman.
yeah. So without Gary Oldman, what are we even gonna do? Honestly, it needs to be an entire movie about Hagrid at that point, and I don't think that's happening. So
Wow, man, there is a lot you don't know then if you don't think that's happening. What are you telling me? There's a Hagrid?
what?
Yeah, there's an egg that turns into a bird and turns into an egg. Ginny's like, I want to look at the egg bird. You got to look at the weird veil. Gosh, we always look at the stupid things Harry wants to look at. Shut up.
That's really funny. Because it's exactly like that.
I have
Everyone
such a
gets
good
to look
Jenny
at one
impression.
thing.
Yeah, I'm like Hermione is the teacher and they're on a field trip and like, okay, everyone pick the one weird room that they're going to spend an extra time looking in. We hurried as fast as we could to get here. And then we're going to take an extra 15 minutes so everyone can see the sights.
And then Ginny's like, I got the egg bird!
Ron, they just find standing next to the vending machine out in the lobby. He's like, how does it work? There's so much food. And I'm so poor.
Badge as a rescue mission into the Queen's slot.
Yeah. So, the badge. He's just jamming the badge in. It's the same size as a sickle.
Hermione just wants to sit in the room where all the books fell on top of her.
Yeah.
I've never read any of these.
I mean, they're books you can only get there. Okay, so they finally make it into the room with bookshelves full of orbs. Is that an accurate definition of that room?
Yeah, just your basic orb room.
And it's like
orbs.
It's unconscionably large. Like you cannot see one end of the room from the other. Is how I'm picturing it. Like you see a few rows of orb shelves and then just darkness.
Yeah, you gotta have a lot of space for orbs, man.
So talk to me at this point. Where are you? What are the orbs? And furthermore, why are the orbs?
I hate when you do this to me. I don't know the answer to any of those questions.
Good. That's better.
I don't know what they are, why they're all in one room. Why do we just have one orb room?
Maybe they are dragon eggs. Maybe they are blast-ended scroot eggs.
Maybe they're Pokemon balls.
Maybe they are Pokeballs.
Wow, it's like a really cool like Disney and Nickelodeon crossover episode, and all of a sudden Pokemon are involved.
Mm-hmm. And they're just...
And all of a sudden everyone gets sued.
They're just like... they're all the different... like Neville grabs one and it's like a Magikarp. And Ron has like one of those Pokemon that is always looking angry. Is like Grumpy, you know? Like a Grumble or something.
What's the...
I'm sorry, I brought this
Geodude.
up. I don't know anything about Pokemon.
It's okay. Ron gets a Geodude.
Yeah.
Luna definitely has like a Psyduck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and Harry is Pikachu because
Yes.
of the lightning.
Ooh, nice. I thought you were just saying Pikachu because it's the only Pokemon whose name you would know, but I'm very impressed.
It is also that, but
I was gonna say Harry just like runs into Ash and they just look at each other.
Yeah.
Like, what?
It's the Spider-Man
Yeah, dude.
pointing at each other meme.
Yes, it's the Spider-Man pointing at each other meme. That's exactly what it is.
That's funny. So they're at all we know. So we don't know what the orbs are. We assume that they are Pokemon.
I think it's safe to say they're Pokemon.
There's no other good explanation other than they are Pokemon. We are at row 97, and
Naturally.
we thought Sirius. Yeah, very significant. We thought Sirius would be there because reasons. Sirius is not there. And what's going through your head at this point, Braden?
The scene from Star Wars where the one weird-looking guy says, "It's a trap."
Oh, Admiral
It's
Akbar.
a trap.
Yeah,
It's a trap. So
that's what's going
as
through
soon
my
as Sirius isn't there, and maybe before that, you were like, "This is a trap."
yes.
See, you had you last week. You posited that they had Sirius, and were doing it to lure Harry, right? Which is kind of what
Mhm.
Hermione thought.
Hmm.
Had you? I don't remember. Had you considered the possibility that the dream was not real and Sirius was never in danger?
I guess I hadn't, which makes way more sense. Hermione has been kind of annoying the whole time about like you really need to be practicing occlumency, and
Yeah.
Harry's like, "Yeah, shut up, like they're my dreams," and it seems
they're
like
useful, Hermione.
yeah, it seems like maybe he should have, and that therefore opened up his mind, and Voldemort was like, "This is too easy. Just make him think that we're hurting Sirius. If you build it, he will come."
Do you have any thoughts on the top of page 780? We have that weird writing, SPT to APWBD, Dark Lord, and question mark Harry Potter.
I don't.
Ron's like, look, it's a ball. It's one of these orbs has your name on it.
Do you want me to try and guess what the letters stand for?
If that is something you would like to do, you're welcome to do so.
Serpents.
Great start.
Serpents. Pummeling.
Yep.
Triwizards. To all pro wideouts. Is that a B?
Yeah.
B then D.
Yeah. Buffon Diggs.
Buffon Diggs. Yeah. That seems like a decent explanation.
So what does that mean?
It means that a snake, i.e. Voldemort, is a huge Minnesota Vikings fan.
Okay.
And I have no idea.
So Adam
I have
Thielen
no
is
idea what this
screwed.
means.
Okay.
Yeah, he's done for.
Uh,
I mean, Kirk Cousins is quarterback. I think we already knew that.
yeah. We like that. He asked me if I liked it, and the answer is yes. So we don't know what the orbs are at this point, but we do know that Mr. Malfoy is there.
Mr. Malfoy.
Yeah, Lucius Malfoy is here. Page 781.
I just like that you call him Mr. Malfoy.
Mr. Malfoy. I mean, he's not. When I say Malfoy, I'm referring to Draco Malfoy usually, right?
Yeah.
I
I just feel like we
I'm
normally
with
call him Lucius.
Braden on this one.
Lucius or Lucius. I feel like that's how Voldemort pronounces it sometime.
Lucas.
Lukey Malf. That'd be amazing if Harry just started going, yo, what up, Luke? I don't understand what you're insulting me with here. Stop calling me Luke. I don't like it. Is Hannah coming on the pod right now? Is that what's happening? I see you talking to Hannah, Braden. Don't lie to me. I know you're talking to Hannah. Hannah, come on the pod. Carla, every time Braden stops the podcast and to talk to Hannah, I just start yelling,
Yeah.
"Come on the pod, Hannah! Come on the pod!" I don't know how
Oh,
much of that is left
I
in.
know.
Oh,
A lot of that.
a lot of that is
lot of
left
that
in?
makes it
Okay, great.
so-
That's
That's
good
awesome.
to know. That's good to know. How do you feel about
Oh,
Hannah's refusal to give me an estimate as to how long it would take someone to bleed out if they cut off their hand?
Well, I feel that she's being very reasonable. I'm sorry.
It's very
Because
reasonable
that's
to
not
refuse to
something that
answer my
you can
hypothetical.
You never know who's listening. Imagine if they go, if they try that at home based on a guess.
I
Yikes.
want to say right now that a Muggle's perspective does not take any responsibility for anyone that chooses to cut off their hand. We are not encouraging you to do so. I would encourage you to not cut off your hand or anyone else's hands. I cannot be more
Good.
clear
Just
about
say
that
at the beginning and end of every episode.
of every episode.
We
should-
are also a fan of evidence-based facts, though. So
Should we just have Carla record a disclaimer that we can play at the beginning and end of every episode? The Muggle's perspective
Definitely.
does not maintain liability for actions that may or may not be based on suggestions that were given here. Do not try this at home, listeners. Jimmy,
Yep.
Chad, do not try this at home.
yeah, please, Chad, keep your hands.
You need those hands, Chad.
How are you going to dial the howler?
How are you going to text us if you don't have hands? So Luke is here. Luke and the gang.
Lukey mouth.
Lukey Mouth and the Death Eaters, they're here. And Harry spends like 3 pages going, "I see you, but where is Sirius? I need you to, I know that you have him because I saw him here in my inside brain. So I know Sirius is here." And they're like, "Sirius isn't here." And Harry goes, yeah. Give me
No,
Sirius.
the voices in my head. The voices in my head are saying that Sirius is here.
Yeah.
Show me.
So I'm going to believe those over you. And they're just literally like clowning him. Bellatrix is just laughing. The Dark Lord
Oh.
knows. Oh man, Voldemort called it. He knew Harry was going to think Sirius was here, guys. And it takes him a while.
Is it in the book or is it just the movie that she starts talking like a child?
It is
thing?
both. It is a strong
It's
both.
both?
Yeah, here
Okay,
on 782, it's not the exact same phrase, but she says, "The
Okay.
little baby woke up frightened and thought what it dreamed was true."
That's so evilly funny.
I like,
It's
right
Yeah,
after
yeah.
that, it says, Harry felt Ron stir beside him. So I like that Ron was just like, he was listening, and then when she did baby voice, he was like, "Oh no, she didn't do baby voice. Like, Harry, come on now. We cannot let this
I thought
slide."
You were going, I thought you were going to say that he went
That would be
Maybe.
better. Ooh,
snorted.
she just called you a baby, bro. You gonna take that? What are you gonna do? So Braden, I've been talking. I need you here. Lucius talks to Harry and wants him to hand him the orb that Harry happens to be holding. And there's just this whole conversation.
Yeah. Have you seen Night at the Museum? Any of them?
I mean, I've seen the first one, but I couldn't. We can't go much farther than that in terms of details that I remember. Isn't like
Okay.
Owen Wilson in it?
Yeah, Ben Stiller. But there's I think it's like the second one or something. Hank Azaria is like an old evil Egyptian king.
Okay.
And there's a scene like this that's supposed to be like comedic where the little tiny Owen Wilson cowboy is stuck in like a hourglass type thing. And Ben Stiller's like has the tablet of Akhman Ra that like Hank Azaria's character wants, and he's just like, "Give me the tablet or I'll kill you." And he's like, "Well, yeah, okay, but give me my friend." It's like, "No, seriously, like I have magic powers, like I'll kill you." And he's like, "Yeah, and I get that, but go ahead and give me my friend."
Because like neither one wants to give up their leverage.
And it's just kind of a funny, awkward back and forth. Like neither takes the other very serious. And so that's just kind of how I felt like this was going.
You're
It's a lot funnier. It makes a lot more sense if you've seen it.
Yeah, you know a lot about Night at the Museum too. You're breaking up a little bit, and your video's getting a little fuzzy. Do you want to try turning the video off? See if that helps our bandwidth issues.
Sure.
You just click the camera. Okay. Let's see if that helps. So they're just kind of going back and forth, like, give me what I want, and Harry's like, no, let us go. And
Right.
at this point, they're just pretty earnestly referring to it as a prophecy. So what do you make of that?
What do I make of the like, are you asking me what I think the prophecy is?
Well, what I'm saying is that you recently said you didn't know what was in those orbs. And Lucius keeps calling the orb Harry is holding a prophecy. So that's new information for you. Do we believe Lucius? Is that what it is? Is it a prophecy? If so, why does he want it?
I mean, it seems like kind of a weird thing to make up on the spot, so I guess I'm going with it. But I don't understand why he would want it back. Because like I feel like they've been watching Harry and know that he's let his friends into this orb room. So it's like they wanted him to take it. Maybe him finding this prophecy like fulfills it. I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if you caught this here. Oh, what page is it on? It's on one of these pages where, oh, okay, on page 786, Malfoy says, the only people who are permitted to retrieve a prophecy from the Department of Mysteries, Potter, are those about whom it was made. And he says, and why do you want to steal a prophecy about me? He says, about both of you, Potter, about both of you. Haven't you ever wondered why the Dark Lord tried to kill you as a baby? So according to Lucius, this is a prophecy about Harry and Voldemort.
So maybe Harry is the rightful Dark Lord.
So
like he's supposed to be the one in the end with all the power.
You think the prophecy might have said that, and that's why Voldemort wanted to kill him?
Yeah.
Because what else would Voldemort be threatened by other than a usurper to its power? I mean, that's, like we said with Umbridge, that's the language that he speaks.
Yep. That's what I'm going with.
Okay. So there's a prophecy. Harry has it. Everyone wants it. I like on... Let me see here. 783. In the middle of 783, it says, Harry's mind was racing. The Death Eaters wanted this dusty spun glass sphere. He had no interest in it. He just wanted to get them all out alive. So, like, Harry does not care about this thing that he has. He does not care at all.
I don't think he has time to care, though.
Yeah. Yeah, we asked Harry, do we care about that ball? And he said, no, I don't care. Now, walk me through their plan for escaping this situation.
Just destroy all the orbs and run. Everybody knock over a shelf and run.
Was this a good idea?
I think it's probably one of the only ideas.
They could have, like, attacked Luke.
But it said they were outnumbered. They need a distraction more than an attack.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
They need Grop.
They do need Grop. They should make, okay, Thestrals, I want you to fly back, get Grop, and then fly back here again. Bring Grop to us.
Yeah.
Accio Grop. It worked with his firebolt. Okay, so they knock over the orbs, and then they just start, like, running in random directions.
Yeah, goes well for some, not as great for others.
So, I mean, at this point, like you said, these some of your favorite chapters. I imagine this is the stuff that you like. I mean, we're running around, we're stunning Death Eaters, we are getting into hijinks in these weird rooms. So I want you
Yeah,
to
there's a lot of
hit me
action.
with any high notes that you had from this action, things that stuck out. I don't want to just like me,
Um,
paraphrase everything that's happening in this chapter.
well, I mean, I guess I was impressed with everyone's ability. Like, it seems like Harry has trained them well in the DA classes.
Sure.
Like, everybody is ready for this moment and ready to use jinxes and spells and curses and stuff. So, seems like everybody is a useful member. Even though Harry didn't act like it, this is a good team to go into battle with.
Yeah, like if they had a couple less people, they would have been pretty screwed.
Definitely.
So Harry, let's see. First, it's Harry, Hermione, and Neville, and they fight a couple dudes. And one of the dudes gets his head stuck in a jar that turns him into a baby.
Yeah. That's a interesting take. Like, there's a lot of weird stuff in these books because, it's magic, but this one was out there. He keeps going back and forth from a baby to a grown man.
Yeah. And he ends up stuck on baby pretty much, right?
Yep. So he's just running around with a full-grown human male body with a screaming baby as baby head.
And Hermione goes, "You can't hurt a baby.
Can't do it.
Can't attack this guy, Harry. He's at least half baby."
It's a law. You can't do it.
Harry's like, "Hey, okay, just I'll move on.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know if I agree with that." Harry's like, look at my scar. Happened when I was a baby. I guess you can't hurt babies." And then you said that Neville, spoiler alert, was sort of failing at this point. What do you?
Yeah, I think he lets the nerves get to him a little bit.
In what ways?
It's interesting to me that like aim is such a big part of like spell casting.
Sure.
Like it seems like just magic coming out of the end of a stick that you're holding, like aim wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Right.
But Neville's aim is not great. And he's still clumsy. He's still the same old clumsy Neville.
Are you referring to the time where Neville accidentally disarms Harry and another Death Eater?
Yes.
That's not unfair. Also, Neville has a broken nose of some kind.
He did. His nose got wrecked.
And Hermione almost died? What do you think? Is Hermione dead? Is she going to make it back from this? She got purple flamed.
Yeah, I think she'll be okay. She's probably useless for the rest of this battle. Probably the rest of the book, but she'll come back.
Okay, well, fair enough. They're battling Dolohov. A lot of Dolohov. And then Harry at one point looks around and he's like, okay, it's just me and Neville. All I have is Neville.
Which is right where you want to be.
And then I'm here on 795, 796 basically. Tell me about, like, let's just do a state of the team. Like, let's go through every person. How are they doing? What's the situation? As they get ready to go into like the big showdown.
So Hermione is purple flamed.
Yep.
And useless. Ron is basically hammered drunk. Probably more along the lines of like really stoned.
Yeah. He's super high.
Ginny has snapped her ankle.
Like clean in half.
Luna is just still generally useless because she is just sort of aloof and doesn't understand what's like her awareness isn't great.
She's stunned a couple people. I mean, she
Yeah.
sprints around and like locks doors.
So okay, that wasn't fair to say she's generally useless. And Harry is still same old Harry. Neville has a broken nose.
And a broken wand.
Yes, and a broken wand, and has tried to use Hermione's and doesn't work.
Do you think that's because of the wand or because of the broken nose?
I would imagine you can't just pick up somebody else's wand and use it, can you?
I don't know. Can you?
I thought there was like rules against that.
Well, I mean rules, but is it possible? Oh, you mean
For
like
some reason,
magical rules?
I was thinking it's not possible,
Okay.
but
Well,
I
fair.
honestly don't remember.
Well, I remember Barty Crouch Jr. uses Harry's wand to send up the freaking what's it called? Dark Mark at the Quidditch World Cup.
Oh yeah, okay, I'm wrong.
I think it's that he can't pronounce the spells. Stupefy.
That might be it too.
But he's trying. Oh, and I like. Let's see, where are we? But the bottom of page 797. The seam seemed momentarily frozen. Harry, Ginny, and Neville, and each of the Death Eaters, turned in spite of themselves to watch the top of the tank as a brain burst from the green liquid like a leaping fish. So, like, I'm picturing a movie where time just slows way down, and they're supposed to be fighting, but they all turn and look, and they're like, what is this idiot doing? Because Ron summoned a brain. Ron's like, look, and they go, no. Like, even the Death Eaters just have to watch Ron touch a brain.
Poor stoned Ron.
Yeah, he gets roasted. Harry, look what happened. No, I don't like it. No, stop. They're just wrapping themselves around Ron. The brain tentacles. So that's not great.
It's not great.
So Ginny stays there to help Ron, and Neville, nope. Then Ginny gets knocked out by a stupefy. Neville's supposed to stay there to help Ron, but he doesn't. And Harry sprints into the next room. Tell me about Bellatrix. You haven't said anything to me about the fact that Bellatrix Lestrange is here. Do you remember who that is and why she's important?
She was in the trial with Barty Crouch Jr.
Uh-huh.
I think she's like Sirius's relative, right?
Cousin, yeah.
Cousin.
She has another big important connection to one of the people on the team. Oof, this is big, Braden. Come on, you got it. I'm on page 800 here. She basically says what it is.
I didn't think I was supposed to read 800. I read up to 800.
You read 799. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So maybe you don't remember, she was one of the people that tortured Neville's parents.
Yeah, you're right.
So Neville is particularly mad about the Bellatrix thing.
My bad. Hey, I gotta go pull my bruschetta pizza out of the oven.
Kitchen fresh pizza.
Absolutely.
So good. I told you it's what he was doing, Carla.
Yeah.
You have been very quiet for these last couple of scenes.
You know what? I was trying to find out if Neville mentioned that thing about his wand being his dad. Yes.
Neville about his wands? Yes, he does. He does. Because he's like, my grand's gonna kill me.
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to find that out, but I didn't. I just thought it would be an interesting Do we care? Maybe.
Yeah, we could do we care about that.
I am back.
I'm trying to find the right page here. Yeah, I feel like it's right around when Hermione gets flamed.
I think so. I haven't found it yet.
Yes, it's on 794. Braden, Carla came up with a do we care.
Okay.
On 794, Neville's wand is broken, or we learn about his wand being broken.
Mm-hmm.
And it says Neville kicked aside the broken fragments of his own wand as they walked slowly toward the door. "My grad's good the kill be," said Neville thickly. "That was my dad's old wand." So do we care about Neville's wand being his dad's old wand?
Yeah, that might be why he was coming along so quickly in the DA classes. Like there
Oh.
might have been some of his dad's old, because his parents were Aurors, right?
Yes.
So that might really like take away some of Neville's skill set, maybe. I don't know.
He's using a performance-enhancing wand.
Yeah. A
Okay.
But
pew.
he's been using it since, presumably, he's been using it since he went to Hogwarts, right?
Yeah, he's been using it since he was 11. So why
It
wasn't he
changes
good?
things.
Yeah. No other theory?
It's pretty much the one I got.
Okay, we're sitting on 799. Harry is sprinting through the room, holding the prophecy so that everyone will follow him and not kill his friends. And he falls down a bunch of stairs. So at this point, I need you to make a couple predictions here. What's about to happen?
Just as we think the Death Eaters are going to seize the prophecy and kill him, either Dumbledore or Sirius is going to swoop in and save him.
One of the two?
Yeah.
Okay. And you think Sirius is more likely?
If he isn't already dead. Yeah.
Voldemort's like, oh yeah, I did take Sirius and torture him. Like, that did happen.
It was
Oh,
last
your
week.
scar didn't burn? Oh, yeah, I already killed him.
You should get that thing checked, Harry. It should have burned real bad. I loved it. I was real excited about killing him. Yeesh. Any other prophecies to make before Carla and I read page 800?
Nope, let's read it.
Let's read it. So I'm gonna read the end of 799, and then if you want to start off on 800, Carla, we'll just kind of go back and forth. Does that sound good?
Yeah, I need to be. So this is still on the chapter 34.
We are in chapter 35.
Oh, it's already 35. The beginning of 35.
We are honestly like 2/3 of the way through chapter 35.
No, sorry, not the beginning. I mean, towards the end of 35.
We are towards
right?
the end. Yes.
Yeah, because it's not the same edition, so the pages don't match up.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm not sure exactly what we're missing from this chapter.
Okay.
I have an inkling, but yeah.
So I'll hopefully if I start reading, you can figure out exactly where we are and then just pick up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
He was falling down steep stone step after steep stone step, bouncing on every tier until at last, with a crash that knocked all the breath out of his body, he landed flat on his back in the sunken pit where the stone archway stood on the dais. The whole room was ringing with the Death Eater's laughter. He looked up and saw the 5 who had been in the brain room descending toward him, while as many more emerged through the other doorway and began leaping from bench to bench toward him. Harry got to his feet, though his legs were trembling so badly they barely supported him. The prophecy was still miraculously unbroken in his left hand. You know that commercial where a guy falls down the stairs but doesn't spill his chocolate milk? That's what I'm picturing here. The prophecy was still miraculously unbroken in his left hand, his wand clutched tightly in his right. He backed away, looking around, trying to keep all the Death Eaters within his sights. The back of his legs hit something solid. He had reached the dais where the archway stood. He climbed backwards onto it. The Death Eaters all halted, gazing at him. Some were panting as hard as he was. One was bleeding badly. Dolohov, free of the full body bind, was leering, his wand pointed straight at Harry's face. "Potter, your race is run," drawled Lucius Malfoy, pulling off his mask. "Now hand me the prophecy like a good boy." Let the others go, and I'll give it to you," said Harry desperately.
You want me to go on?
Yeah, go for it.
A few of the Death Eaters laughed. "You are not in a position to bargain, Potter," said Lucius Malfoy. His pale face flushed with pleasure. "You see, there are 10 of us and only one of you. Or hasn't Dumbledore ever taught you how to count?" Actually, he didn't. Just to mess up.
"He's not alone," shouted a voice from above them. "He's still God be." I just wanted to do that.
Harry's heart sank. Harry's heart sank. Neville was scrambling down the stone benches towards them, and Hermione's wand held fast in his trembling hand. "Neville, no, go back to Ron."
"Stupefy!"
Bye. Neville shouted again, pointing his wand at each Death Eater in turn.
"Stupefy! Stupid!"
One of the largest Death Eaters seized Neville from behind, pinioning his arms to his side. He struggled and kicked. Several of the Death Eaters laughed. It's Longbottom, isn't it?" sneered Lucius Malfoy. "Well, your grandmother is used to losing family members to our cause. Your death will not come as a great shock." "Longbottom," repeated Bellatrix, and a truly evil smile lit her gaunt face. "Why, I have had the pleasure of meeting your parents, boy,"
"I do you have!"
roared Neville, and he fought so hard against his captor's encircling grip that the Death Eater shouted, "Someone stun him!" "No, no, no," said Bellatrix. She looked transported, alive with excitement as she glanced at Harry, then back at Neville. "No, let's see how long Longbottom lasts before he cracks like his parents. Unless Potter wants to give us a prophecy,"
"Don't give it to them!"
roared Neville, who seemed beside himself, kicking and writhing as Bellatrix drew nearer to him and his captor, her wand raised.
"Don't give it to them, Harry!"
Bellatrix raised her wand. "Crucio!" Neville screamed, his legs drawn up to his chest so that the Death Eater holding him was momentarily holding him off the ground. The Death Eater dropped him, and he fell to the floor, twitching and screaming in agony. "That was just a taster," said Bellatrix, raising her wand so that Neville's screams stopped, and he lay sobbing at her feet. She turned and gazed up at Harry. "Now, Potter, either give us the prophecy or watch your little friend die the hard way." Harry did not have to think. There was no choice. The prophecy was hot with the heat of his clutching hand as he held it out. As he held it out, Malfoy jumped forward to take it.
Then, high above them, 2 more doors burst open and 5 more people sprinted into the room. Sirius, Lupin, Moody, Tonks, and Kingsley. Braden?
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I would like to keep reading.
You don't have any thoughts about 5 people sprinting into the room?
Well, one of them is alive. And that's serious.
They're all 5
That's-
alive.
That's surprising.
That's surprising. Not for long, right?
Yeah. Now we've got an even match. This should be good.
Malfoy turned and raised his wand, but Tonks had already sent a stunning spell right at him. Harry did not wait to see whether it had made contact, but dived off the dais out of the way. Harry's like, nope.
I'm out.
Whoop. The Death Eaters were completely distracted by the appearance of the members of the Order, who were now raining spells down upon them as they jumped from step to step toward the sunken floor. Through the darting bodies, the flashes of light, Harry could see Neville crawling along. He dodged another jet of red light and flung himself flat on the ground to reach Neville. "Are you okay?" he yelled as another spell soared inches over their heads. "Yes," said Neville, trying to pull himself up. "And Ron?" "I think he's all right. He was still fighting the brain when I left." That got weird. I don't know how I feel about how I said that. The stone floor between them exploded, as the spell hit it, leaving a crater right where Neville's hand had been seconds before. Both scrambled away from the spot, then a thick arm came out of nowhere, seized Harry around the neck, and pulled him upright so that his toes were barely touching the floor. "Give it to me," growled the voice in his ear. "Give me the prophecy." The man was pressing so tightly on Harry's windpipe that he could not breathe. Through watering eyes, he saw Sirius dueling with a Death Eater some 10 feet away. Kingsley was fighting two at once. Tonks, still halfway up the tiered seats, was firing spells down at Bellatrix. Nobody seemed to realize that Harry was dying. He turned his wand backward towards the man's side, but had no breath to utter an incantation, and the man's free hand was groping toward the hand in which Harry was grasping the prophecy. "Ah!" Neville had come lunging out of nowhere. Unable to articulate a spell, he had jabbed Hermione's wand hard into the eye hole of the Death Eater's mask.
Yes.
The man relinquished Harry at once with a howl of pain, and Harry whirled around to face him and gasped, "Stupefy!" The Death Eater keeled over backward, and his mask slipped off. It was McNair, Buckbee's would-be killer, one of his eyes now swollen and bloodshot.
"Thanks," Harry said to Neville, pulling him aside as Sirius and his Death Eater lurched past, dueling so fiercely that their wands were blurred. Then Harry's foot made contact with something round and hard, and he slipped. For a moment, he thought he had dropped the prophecy, but then he saw Moody's magical eye spinning away across the floor.
Ew.
Its owner was lying on his side, bleeding from the head, and his attacker was now bearing down upon Harry and Neville upon Harry and Neville.
Wait.
His long pale face twisted with glee.
Braden?
Yeah?
Is Moody dead?
Moody is, what is it? Laying.
He was lying on his side, bleeding from the head.
Yeah, that's what we know about Moody.
Sounds dead.
And
that wasn't on the radar for you. Yeah. The eye is like, you guys have seen Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the one dude who just keeps losing his eye for the whole first movie, and it just like bounces around the deck.
Yeah.
That's what's happening
here. Yeah, that's Moody.
That's what's happening.
Got it.
Do you want me to read?
So, his attacker was now bearing down upon Harry and Neville. Mm-hmm. Dolohov, his long pale face twisted with glee. "Tarantalegra," he shouted, his wand pointing at Neville, whose legs went immediately into a kind of frenzied tap dance, unbalancing him and causing him to fall to the floor again. "Now, Potter." He made the same flashing movement with his wand that he had used on Hermione, just as Harry yelled, "Protego!" Harry felt something streak across his face like a blunt knife. The force of it knocked him sideways, and he fell over Neville's jerking legs. But the shield charm had stopped the worst of the spell. Dolohov raised his wand again. "Accio Prof!" Sirius had hurtled out of nowhere, rammed Dolohov with his shoulder, and sent him flying out of the way. The prophecy had again flown to the tips of Harry's fingers, but he had managed to cling on to it. Now Sirius and Dolohov were dueling, their wands flashing like swords, sparks flying from their wand tips.
Dolohov drew back his wand to make the same slashing movement he had used on Harry and Hermione. Springing up, Harry yelled, "Petrificus Totalis!" Once again, classic Dolohov. Dolohov's arms and legs snapped together, and he keeled over backward, landing with a crash on his back. "Nice one," shouted Sirius, forcing Harry's head down as a pair of stunning spells flew toward them. "Now I want you to get out of—" They both ducked again. A jet of green light had narrowly missed Sirius. Across the room, Harry saw Tonks fall from halfway up the stone steps, her limp form toppling from stone seat to stone seat, and Bellatrix, triumphant, running back toward the fray. "Harry, take the prophecy, grab Neville, and run," Sirius yelled, dashing to meet Bellatrix. Harry did not see what happened next. Kingsley swayed across his field of vision, battling with the pockmarked Rookwood, now maskless. Another jet of green light flew over Harry's head as he launched himself toward Neville. "Can you stand?" he bellowed in Neville's ear. Bellowed. "Can you stand?" he bellowed in Neville's ear as Neville's legs jerked and twitched uncontrollably. "Put your arm round my neck." Neville did so. Harry heaved. Neville's legs were still flying in every direction, so they would not support him, and then, out of nowhere, a man lunged at them. Both fell backward, Neville's legs waving wildly like an overturned beetle's. Harry, with his left arm held up in the air to try to save the small glass ball from being smashed. The prophecy, give me the prophecy, Potter," snarled Lukey Malf's voice in his ear. And Harry felt the tip of Malfoy's wand pressing hard between his ribs. "No, get off me. Neville, catch it." And if we pause here, this is like a record scratch moment where Harry said, "Neville, catch this small glass ball." And even if I can't catch Harry, I'm bad at stuff. Even if his feet were working right now.
He's leaving his fate in the hands of Neville's athleticism.
Is this a high floor choice that he's making? This is like a high risk, low reward move, I feel like.
Certainly seems like a lose-lose.
Anyway, Harry invites Neville to catch the prophecy. Harry flung the prophecy across the floor. Now, is that like a roll? Like he
increases Neville's chance.
Like he's playing carpet ball? Or
like Neville's better at grounders than fly balls.
Yeah, well, who isn't? Neville spun himself around on his back and scooped the ball to his chest. Okay. Malfoy pointed his wand instead at Neville, but Harry jabbed his own wand back over his shoulder and yelled impedimenta. Malfoy was blasted off his back. As Harry scrambled up again, he looked around and saw Malfoy smash into the dais on which Sirius and Bellatrix were now dueling. Malfoy aimed his wand at Harry and Neville again, but before he could draw breath to strike, Lupin had jumped between them. Harry, seriously, leave. Harry, round up the others and go. Harry seized Neville by the shoulder of his robes and lifted him bodily onto the first tier of stone steps. Neville's legs twitched and jerked and would not support his weight. Copy and pasted from the page before. Harry heaved again with all the strength he possessed, and they climbed another step. A spell hit the stone bench at Harry's heel. It crumbled away, and he fell back to the step below. Neville sank to the ground, his legs still jerking and thrashing, and thrust the prophecy into his pocket. "Come on," said Harry desperately, hauling at Neville's robes. "Just try and push with your legs."
He gave another stupendous heave, and Neville's robes tore all along the left seam. The small spun glass ball dropped from his pocket, and before either of them could catch it, one of Neville's floundering feet kicked it. It flew some 10 feet to their right and smashed on the steps beneath them. As both of them stared at the place where it had broken, appalled at what had happened, a pearly white figure with hugely magnified eyes rose into the air, unnoticed to any but them. Harry could see its mouth moving, but in all the crashes and screams and yells surrounding them, not one word of the prophecy could be heard. The figure stopped speaking and dissolved into nothingness.
"Harry, I'm sorry,"
cried Neville, his face anguished and his legs continued to fumble.
"I'm so sorry, Harry. I didn't mean to."
"It doesn't matter," Harry shouted. "Oh, it doesn't matter," Harry shouted.
Right.
"Just try and stand. Let's get out of..."
"Dumbledore!"
said Neville, his sweaty face suddenly transported, staring over Harry's shoulder. What?
Dumbledore!
Harry turned to look where Neville was staring. Directly above them, framed in the doorway from the brain room,
Technical term.
stood Albus Dumbledore, his wand aloft, his face white and furious. Harry felt a kind of electric charge surge through every particle of his body. They were saved.
Pause there. Did we also feel electrical charges surging through every particle of our body, or was that just me?
It was just you.
But
I'm just
Dumbledore's
kidding.
here.
I'm serious. It's good.
Dumbledore's here, man. You were right. You got them both right. You guessed that Sirius or Dumbledore was going to show up, and they both did.
Bingo.
Do you want to keep going, Carlo, or do you want me to go?
I'll just read another paragraph,
Okay, sure.
and then you do the rest.
Okay.
Dumbledore had already sped past Neville and Harry, who had no more thoughts of leaving, when the Death Eaters nearest realized Dumbledore was there and yelled to the others. One of the Death Eaters ran to it, traveling like a monkey up the stone steps opposite. Dumbledore's spell pulled him back as easily and effortlessly as though he had hooked him with an invisible line.
Only one couple were still battling, apparently unaware of the new arrival. Harry saw Sirius duck Bellatrix's jet of red light. He was laughing at her. "Come on, you can do better than that," he yelled, his voice echoing around the cavernous room. The second jet of light hit him squarely on the chest. The laughter had not quite died from his face, but his eyes widened in shock. Harry released Neville, though he was unaware of doing so. He was jumping down the steps again, pulling out his wand, as Dumbledore turned to the dais too. It seemed to take Sirius an age to fall. His body curved in a graceful arc as he sank backward through the ragged veil hanging from the arch. And Harry saw the look of mingled fear and surprise on his godfather's wasted, once handsome face as he fell through the ancient doorway and disappeared behind the veil, which fluttered for a moment as though in a high wind, and then fell back into place. Harry heard Bellatrix Lestrange's triumphant scream, but knew it meant nothing. Sirius had only just fallen through the archway. He would reappear from the other side any second. But Sirius did not reappear. "Sirius!" Harry yelled. "Sirius!" He had reached the floor, his breath coming in searing gasps. Sirius must just be behind the curtain. Harry, would pull him back out again. But as he reached the ground and sprinted toward the dais, Lupin grabbed Harry around the chest, holding him back. "There's nothing you can do, Harry." "Get him, save him, he's only just gone through." "It's too late, Harry. We can still reach him." Harry struggled hard and viciously, but Lupin would not let go. "There's nothing you can do, Harry. Nothing. He's gone."
Whoa.
So there you are.
I don't know if he's dead or not.
Okay, interesting. I was going to ask, what do you think?
I mean, I think he's definitely like Lupin said, like he's gone as in gone from this story, but like I don't know what that means. The whole curtain thing.
Huh. So what do you mean gone from this story, I guess?
Like we're not going to see Sirius again, I don't think.
But he's not dead?
I don't know. I really don't know.
But he's dead.
I think
to
he's
us
dead.
as-
I'm like 75% sure that he's dead.
Sure. And you're saying for all intents and purposes he's dead to us as readers?
Yes.
Okay. That's fair. What do you think about the battling and everyone showing up? How did everyone know to show up?
Well, yeah, because it's kind of weird. It seems like they were like hiding above the ceiling.
Normal. As one does.
Just like everybody pile in the attic.
Dumbledore was in a closet in the brain room, I think.
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore!
Yeah, it's weird that it seems like they were all waiting on that to happen. So like, was it a trap for the trap?
Ooh.
Also, it's hard for me to take like epic dueling scenes like this like real seriously because it just there's something comical to me about like all these wizards like just pointing wands at each other and like zapping each other.
Okay. I mean, you get descriptions like about the floor exploding and people getting launched backwards and like the different things. Though, in fairness, the thing where Dolohov just made Neville's legs dance uncontrollably for the next 20 minutes, like that's pretty comical. Like in the middle of a really serious duel, that was the move he chose to go for.
Wow. Yeah.
So, what's the next step? What's the next thing that happens? I mean, do we just round these guys up on handcuffs and
Well, Voldemort's somewhere in this
classic?
in this in the Department of Mysteries, I think. So
Why do you
I think
that?
it'll
Based on what?
I just don't think he would be that far from his Death Eaters when they're all piled in the same place.
Sure, fair.
And I think that it will be an epic face-off between Dumbledore and Voldemort.
So that's not a lot of time to mourn.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I think we've got 2 more chapters. No, we've got 3 more chapters. 36, 37, 38. How do you think Harry handles this?
I think it's kind of like you said. It's going to be one of those things like he's not going to have a whole lot of time to process, probably until all this is said and done afterwards. But I think this one's going to hurt. We've talked about this on previous episodes, but like that's kind of his last real connection to his parents. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, he still has Lupin, but like Lupin's not his godfather, right? So
that's correct. What about Moody?
Moody might also be dead. We don't know.
Could you see us having 2 deaths right here?
That seems like a lot at once. But you knew there would be a price to pay with this epic battle, you know?
How are you going to recover from very correctly making a prediction? Just like absolutely nailing it.
Yeah, I am going to feel good about myself and probably brag about it in upcoming episodes.
So there's no part of you that's shook at your ability to speak things into existence. You're not scared of your own power.
Yeah, you're right. It's with great power comes great responsibility. Yeah. I have to be very careful with my.
You just killed Gary Oldman.
When you say it like that, man, like I don't know how I'm gonna sleep tonight. But
Commissioner Gordon is no longer here to watch over Harry.
Don't put that on me. Yeah, that's terrible. Seriously though, if Hagrid ends up being killed too, I'm done.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. If Fang ends up being killed, I'm done. So, I mean, there you go. If Carla's neighbor's dog is killed, I'm done. Though it sounded like a little yippy dog, which would not be my preference in a dog, but still, I'll take a dog.
Also, Grop has yet to show up to the battle. Still waiting on that.
How fast can a giant run from Scotland to London? Like, can a giant run at like 40 miles an hour if it needs to? More? Less?
Yeah, hard to say.
I mean, taking some big strides.
I hear you.
You're like, man, I don't care about that right now. Gonna be really honest with you, Rogge. You're pushing it here. Is Harry... So Harry you think is safe. Harry's not going to be killed. That was never even considered.
And that's never going to happen in the series.
Okay. Strong words. Is Harry going to get involved in this Dumbledore-Voldemort shootout that you're predicting?
I don't see how he couldn't.
Guys, don't fight over me, seriously. Oh my gosh. Just stop.
Yeah, I don't see how he couldn't.
Whose side is he going to be on, though? Think about it.
What?
Dumbledore's been a jerk to him all year. Hasn't even been talking to him. Hasn't been hanging out with him.
Yeah, it seems like he'll be able to extend some forgiveness in this moment.
You
Maybe
think?
just temporarily.
You think? Some
Yeah.
temporary forgiveness?
It seems like it, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's where we are. Do you want to do chapter 36, or do we want to call it a night and do the last three
I
chapters?
cannot do chapter 36. We are at 2 hours.
Just from an emotional standpoint, it would be too much for you, right? Is what you're
It
saying.
would be too much for me. Yeah. Yeah.
Can we get a beef in while we've got Carla here?
Braden's beef. I am beefing that the order didn't go into the battle with spell-proof vests. Seems like we could have preserved Sirius.
Yeah, you gotta have a good spell-proof vest. Get an invisibility cloak on, you know?
Yeah, I just seems like they didn't come super prepared.
That seems like the basics.
Yeah.
It's tough. Carla, do you have a beef? Carla's beef? Carla's carne. That was good. That was good, honestly.
That was really good.
Thank you.
I'm very impressed.
Thank you. Do you have any carne asada for us, Carla?
I don't think I do, no.
Okay, well, I wanted to give you the opportunity. I really appreciated your narration. You did a fantastic job.
That was great.
Great job saving my vocal cords a little bit. I hope that I wasn't too forward by declaring myself the narrator for all of Neville's dialogue during that scene.
No, that's all right.
I was like, I think I was really in Neville's headspace there, you know, and I thought I had a good read on where Neville was. So.
Yeah.
Don't do it! Don't give it to him, Harry. I also like that you laughed every single time, Braden.
I could not hold it back.
Dumbledore. I think my favorite thing though was when it was like Dumbledore standing in the brain room, and I said technical term, you know, the brain room as it's called. So.
Exactly, because it's capitalized. Really.
Yeah, it was.
Right.
It was like an official name. That's all you can take away from that. Well, as we wrap up here, we really want to thank Carla for coming on. Get some more applause there. Some laughing applause. We always appreciate your insights and willingness to put up with our terrible jokes. That's an important trait in a guest.
No sport.
There was very little sports. I said availability is the best ability. And there are a lot of sport things going on. The NBA season just started. I have a lot of fantasy football takes right now. I'm going to lose to Jeff this week, to Pastor Jeff, in fantasy football, even though my team's going to put up like 140. So it's pretty sweet. We want to thank all of you listeners. Yeah, okay. I didn't mean to start talking about sports. It wasn't what I was trying to get you to do.
You lobbed him a softball there, Carla.
I forgot about sports, and then I remembered them all at once. We want to thank you guys for listening. It's been a long ride, and you've made it. You've made it to episode like 57 or whatever this is, and we thank you for that. We would encourage you, like Carla, to get involved on the Facebook page, on Instagram, on Patreon, supporting us like low key. I want to get Braden to go to the Universal Studios Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Like that's not a joke for me. Guys. Let's be real. Braden, you in?
Yes.
You've been in. Okay. That's good. I'm glad you're in.
Absolutely.
That's one of the things that we're saving up for. We appreciate that you can help us to keep this thing going and make it possible. But the more engagement, the more likes and subscribes, the more you tell your friends, the better. So that's always fantastic. Braden, what is a great way for them to make their voice heard on Harry Potter related topics, even if they can't be a guest like Carla?
You could call or text the Howler. That is a phone line where you can either leave us a voicemail or a text with your thoughts on what we've talked about in Harry Potter, your thoughts on fantasy football,
please.
Really your thoughts on anything.
Yep.
And that number is 978-768-8370 or 978-POTTER0, I think. Is that how
I think
that
so.
shakes out letters-wise?
Carla, do we know if that number works for international callers?
I'm not sure. I haven't tried it.
As our
I can
international
try
correspondent, we expect you. We expect
Yeah.
you to be an expert on everything outside of the borders of the United States for us. So if you can
Good.
if you can serve in that role, yeah, that's all. I think, right? I guess we have one of my friends that listens is in Japan, so you can take Japan off your plate and everything else. Yeah,
Nice.
Gonna need to hear from you on. Yeah, thanks so much for listening, guys. We are going to come back sporadically over the next few weeks. We will continue to record episodes, but we're not exactly sure when because Braden's schedule is different. But until next time, thanks, guys. Bye. That's how we're going out.
Thanks, guys.
Keep listening to the podcast. Did you like me turn the music on early, or is that bad?
I like it.
Kind of play us out a little bit. Absolutely. Carla, just so you know, this song is like 4 minutes long. So.
It is?
Yeah. It just keeps going. We have never stayed and listened to the whole thing. But it gets into like some real dubstep territory. Like it starts like really bumping. Which is
Okay.